Hey, food friends. Hope y'all are doing awesome. I'm a former professional cook helping people avoid ultra processed and fast foods while learning content creation for my own. My name is Lee, and I'm just a dude talking food. Hey, everyone. Today I wanted to share my favorite parsley based salad. This is sort of a tabbouleh inspired salad, but without the wheat and carbs. We're going to substitute most of the carbs for protein on this once we get going. With summer starting up here and the heat about to get really bad, we use the oven a lot less. Plus, there's all kinds of fresh veggies and fruits and stuff at the farmers markets. So, over the summer, we do a lot of fast stovetop cooking and a ton of different cold pasta, potato, and vegetable salads. This way, we don't heat the house up too much. Today, specifically, we're going to look at a parsley vegetable chickpea salad and a couple different ways this can be prepared. So, first, here are the ingredients we're going to be using for this salad. But I want to talk a little bit about parsley as we start to move forward with this dish. We're going to come back to the recipe after I discuss parsley a little more, but parsley deserves the love I'm about to give it because it gets zero love here in the States. While destemming and chopping all this up, let's talk a little bit about parsley itself and give it some love. First off, there's two main types of parsley, and they're both fine for this recipe. There's flat leaf, which looks a little bit like cilantro or coriander, and then there's the curly parsley, which is slightly more milder and more robust physically when used in a salad, and I think looks a little bit better, more visually appealing. Like I said, you can use either for this recipe. This is just a choice. I just like curly because it holds up so well, so you can make a giant salad for the week and it doesn't wilt much at all. Parsley gets slept on by most Americans. The only time most Americans see parsley is as a garnish at Olive Garden or the occasional side dish of tabbouleh. But parsley deserves some love. Parsley is actually a superfood. It's very high in vitamins A, C, K, and B9, as well as iron and potassium. This all contributes to immune system health, bone health, and good blood clotting. On top of this, parsley also helps your digestive tract produce enzymes that aid in digestion and helps break down other foods, and it helps reduce bloating. Also, it's very high in fiber. Now that our parsley is chopped into bite sized pieces or slightly smaller, we're going to chop up our mint very well and add it. Mint adds some zip to this and it pairs awesomely with parsley and lemon. Next, we'll start adding our diced veggies. I'm slicing this onion lengthwise a few times, then cutting it across to dice it. We want all our veggies the size of chickpeas or smaller because we really want to get all our flavors in one bite. Now we add the cucumber. I cut it in half across, then in half lengthwise. Then I cut those into spears. And now you can cut across the spears to get a nice dice. Remember, we want everything around the same size as the chickpeas. Next, we add our tomatoes. We're just slicing off the sides and the bottoms to leave behind the bulk of the seeds in the water. It's okay if we get some seeds in there, but we just don't want to add the whole tomato. We want just the meat. Remember to dice them up the same size as everything else. Now we want to grind in our garlic, 2 or 3 large cloves or your personal preference. I'm using my microplane to grind this. You can use minced, but you really want to grind this very fine. You don't want big chunks of garlic. Next, we'll add our rinsed chickpeas. You can add 2 cans easily to this, but I only used one today. This is going to be your big source of protein for this and the replacement for the wheat carb element in traditional tabbouleh. We're also going to add in our olive oil. Then we're going to roll and press our lemon to release the juices. We cut off the end to squeeze the juice through our fingers and catch any seeds that may release. We can now add our salt and pepper to taste. And remember, it's hard to measure salt and pepper, so start light and add more as you like to your own taste. It's easier to add more salt and pepper than to remove it if you use too much. Then we'll just give this all a toss to mix it all up. And here's our Mediterranean inspired tabbouleh spin-off. So as you can imagine, this salad has a lot of flexibility. You can use less parsley and more tomatoes and cucumber. You can go ahead and add that second can of chickpeas like I talked about earlier. You can even add in some feta at the end. The salad is just ultra delicious, very flexible, and very, very healthy. This can be eaten by itself as a meal, or eaten as a side dish with other food, or just in general for snacking. I often serve this with another wedge of lemon to squeeze over the top at the time. This is just a great all-purpose salad and or side dish. Thanks for joining me today, and a huge thanks to all my current subscribers and everyone that's joined recently. I hope you all enjoy this salad and decide to try it. Let me know in the comments if you do or what your thoughts on this are. I hope you all give parsley some love because it really needs it here in the States. Please drop a like and subscribe if you're not already. And we'll be cranking out more healthy recipes and more food discussion videos every week. So keep eating healthier and be well, everyone.